March comes in as a
lion.
All right, good. Remember that. And it did, with the big storm and everything. So, but anyway, in terms of Social Work Month, I wanted to look at our roots, our foundation. So I was reflecting last night on the Code of Ethics. If you're having a hard time going to sleep, it's always a good thing to read the Code of Ethics. However, there's some really key stuff. There's key elements, key principles in the Code of Ethics, which I wanted to talk a little bit about. Because I see it happening really on every day, with our staff, with the interventions that we do. The core value of service. Social work is about service. And the ethical principle is that social workers, their primary goal is to help people in need and to address social problems. Identify the problems, work with the client to figure out how best they would like to solve that problem, service. And when I was reading that element last night, I thought of a couple of situations. I thought of when we had our county government closed 3 times in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We had a social worker stand up on a day that we're closed, and most folks are chilling or shoveling, said, I'll handle APS and intake situations with our covering supervisor. And they had a bunch of calls, too. They went out. So that's service. Folks in need, even when it snows, getting that attention. Second principle is social workers respect the inherent dignity and worth of the person. The value being dignity and worth of a person, respect. Example of that, staffing last week. Community Residential Services, foster care, requested a staffing for somebody who's undocumented. So in this country sometimes, if you're undocumented, you don't have money, you don't have insurance, a lot of times you don't have family, social connections, and you don't have services from the feds or from state. Yet, as social workers, they're human beings. So we're trying to decide, trying to work and develop a plan for this client, working in partnerships with hospitals, coming up with creative solutions, at least partial solutions to get us through the day sometimes. And in that situation, we're hoping that the hospital will provide some services in the community for this person who's a retinal diabetic. It needs medications and needs nurse monitoring. So our nurse partners are always important in the work that we do, and we want to recognize you all. Thanks for coming out today. And then thirdly, and probably the most, the value I always think of when I think of social work is self-determination and empowerment. Social workers respect and promote the right of clients to self-determination. Basically, we're here to try to understand what the problem is and connect with our clients and see where the direction they want to go. We might need to do some guidance depending on their capacity, depending on their situation, but it's always a mutual involvement with our clients. So the empowerment. And one example of that, and I'm starting to hear we getting some phone? I think we're getting an intake.
Good morning, Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services, Aging and Disability Services, Adult Foster Care Services. This is Miss Wilson speaking. How may I help you? Oh my goodness, okay. You don't have any food in your home? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. We are aware of the upcoming storm. Yes, ma'am. Oh my God. Okay. You haven't had anything to eat? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. If you would hold on for a moment, I will try to get someone to speak. Oh, you're here? You're here. Are you downstairs? Oh, okay. All right, they sent you up already. Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I am so sorry. Mrs. Fabulous, we have Miss Smith here.
How are you?
Hasn't had anything to eat.
And you have no heat or anything in your home either? All right, well, first, here's a little, we're gonna get you some giant gift cards and get some pea pie.